It was a remote with a single button on it. It was a small device with a button, maybe just the thing I was looking for. The car jack was one of the heavy-duty types. The release handle was missing. Looks like somebody had started to repair the Jeep and got bored. I was glad Nico was with me. Hey, Nico, see any more guards you fancy?
You owe me big time for that one, George.
Shazam!
Wonderful, George.
Uh-oh, here come the guards.
Let's hide.
The button opened the gate, but it closed again when I let go. Hey, Nico, will you press that button?
What is it with you and buttons, George?
Just keep your finger on it until I get out again, okay? There was a metal handle jammed into the doors. I thought I'd take the handle. I was improvising every step of the way. Now, which one's the lucky one? I needed all the luck I could get. The Jeep descended to the ground. The Jeep still wouldn't budge. The handbrake was on. I let the handbrake off. Oops, there goes my no-claims bonus. The drain pipe looked like the way onto the roofs. After you, Nico.
This is definitely not a case of ladies first.
Oh, you want me to test it out?
Well, obviously. George?
Whoa! Nico! Watch out below! Jeez, only just made it. You were right!
Of course! I'm not stupid!
You're gonna have to find another way in if you can.
Okay, George. The bracket had fallen from the drain pipe when George climbed it. I thought the bracket might come in handy. The small window was slightly open. Through the glass, I could just make out a small storeroom. There was a small gap in the window, but it wouldn't open. It was awkward, but I managed to get the bracket into the gap and force the window open. Here goes. A dented and rusted suit of armor. There was no way I could walk around in that. The armor was old and rusty. I didn't want to touch it in case it made a noise. It was a large barrel, probably for storing ale or wine. They certainly got through a lot of drink here. The faucet was too stiff to move. I couldn't budge it. It was an old door, a wooden one. The door may have been too thick, but I couldn't hear anything.
So, this Petra, they say she's a bit of a one.
Oh yes, takes pleasure in killing. Regards it as an art form.
Nasty.
One poor guy she tortured, took him a week to die.
How'd she do that then?
They called it the doner kebab.
Oh, you don't mean...
That's right. Everything just the same. Apart from the salad, of course.
And the pita bread?
Obviously.
What's she look like then?
Short blonde hair, that's all I know. I never got closer.
Don't blame you, she might get ideas.
Too right.
Chicken nuggets, for example.
Hot dog and beans.
Ouch!
If they saw me, I was done for. I had to find a way to walk around without attracting attention. But for now, I had to play the quiet mouse.
Did you hear something?
Not sure. Was it from upstairs?
Sounded like it.
You take the side stairs and I'll go up here. If there's anyone there, we'll have them trapped.
I had to hide or get caught.
Did you see anything up the side stairs?
Yet nothing.
Stay alert anyway. This place gives me the creeps.
It was a large luggage case. Petra's name was on the label. She certainly didn't travel light. The case was filled with clothes. Lying on the top was a small hairdryer. I picked up the hairdryer. The case was empty, apart from a wig. Surprise, surprise. I picked up the wig. At the very least, it would stop her from using it again to impersonate me. That's interesting. The case looked a lot smaller on the inside. The base sounded hollow. I guess there was a hidden compartment inside. All I had to do was find a way of opening it. I felt around the interior, trying to access the hidden compartment. Aha! Tucked into one corner was a tiny button. Damn! My fingers were too large to press the button. Oh my God! I doubted she used the knives to open letters. The weapons were all locked in place. I picked up the sharpening stone. Petra's brown wig. She was certainly into disguises. A chef was cutting vegetables at a chopping board. He was struggling and didn't look too happy. The warning signs all over the bottle left me in no doubt as to what it was. It was a large bottle of industrial bleach.
Hey, you! What the hell do you think you're doing?
I needed to clean the toilets.
Not with my bleach, you don't. Go and get your own bottle. I'm sick of people nicking my stuff.
Okay. Sorry. Excuse me, but could you make use of this?
A grindstone! Finally, somebody in this godforsaken kitchen is using a bit of initiative.
I must remember not to eat anything while I'm here. Now that the chef wasn't watching, I could reach the bleach. I hoped it would bleach the wig blonde. The bleach was strong. The wig's color disappeared almost instantly. The wig was soaking wet. I didn't want to carry that around with me. Besides, the bleach would have dripped onto my clothes. Somehow I didn't think Petra was into tie-dye. The hairdryer was perfect. I fancied one of them for myself. Voila! Perfectly dry now. Showtime.
Hey, who's there?
Uh-oh.
I couldn't hear anything. Either the door was stuck, or it was just locked. The door had no remarkable features. Locked. Maybe from the other side? The gargoyle was damaged by years of rain and wind. It looked as if it would fall off with just a gentle push. I'm all for conservation, but needs must if the devil drives. It was an old, ornate oil lamp. It looked like it hadn't been used for years. The lamp had an old knob that I guessed was for turning it on. Oh, yuck! At least the knob worked. As soon as I turned the knob, the oil stopped dripping. It was an old drain pipe, rusted and bent. An offshoot pipe had been blocked by an old tin cup. The oil started to drip again. I collected a small amount of oil in the old cup. As soon as I turned the knob, the oil stopped dripping. There was an old iron grate set into the floor. Below it was a pit with a window that led into the castle. There was a chance that I could have got through there if I lifted the grate. The grate only opened a little way. The hinges were badly rusted. There had to be a way to free those hinges. I hoped the oil would free the hinges. I could almost hear the hinges sighing with relief. Here goes. A book title sprang to mind. 1,001 Uses for Lamp Oil.
Madame Petra, we didn't hear you arrive.
Obviously.
And did you have a pleasant journey?
No. Now get back to your jobs. Both of you.
Our apologies, ma'am.
Security is too lax around here.
Yes, ma'am. Your belongings have been taken up to your apartment.
Good.
Miserable bitch.
Who are you? Come on. I haven't got all day.
Sergeant of Security, Mom.
I am Madame Petra. I have just arrived.
Of course, Mom. I have a security card for you. Here you are.
Thanks. Excuse me.
Please, ma'am, do not interrupt me. I cannot afford mistakes.
I need you to answer a few questions. This card required validating. Could you do that for me?
Of course, ma'am. There you are. Now please excuse me, Madame Petra. I must get on with my work. Senor Suzaro will be very upset if I don't finish this.
After what I'd been through to get the card, I was desperate to see what lurked down below. Oh no! Someone was coming.
I knew that stealing putrid socks wouldn't solve anything. The door was locked. This was beginning to feel more and more like a prison. There had to be some way of opening the door. The washing machine slid sweetly onto the trolley. Well, here goes. Yes! It was no use. The door was shut tight. If only I had the key card to open it.
Take that, you!
Oh! Why you?
George?
Who?
It's me, Nico!
Jeez, I thought you were Petra.
Often sneak up on girls like that, do you?
Only blondes.
So it's true. They do have more fun.
Hang on to the wig and find out.
Trailer trash chic. Not really my style.
Ouch. So how come you're down here?
Did you notice the extra security? I'm guessing that Bruno must be close.
So what are we waiting for? Hey, Nico.
Yes, George?
I have to admit, the blonde hair is a bit strange.
Oh, really? Nobody said anything.
That's because the outfit's so scary. They're all terrified of you. So, did you find Bruno?
No, I don't know where he could be. The guards in the entrance hall said that he had been moved to Cesaro's office. Down here somewhere.
Damn!
What are you doing?
Shh! Guards! They're guarding a door over there. That's got to be where Bruno is.
I could get past, but you would be shot if you tried. You need to find a way to fool them.
Hey, Nico. Can you do something with this lock? I don't have anything to open it.
Where would you be without me, George?
The locker had some guards' uniforms hanging inside. Looks like green is the new black for bad guys. Well, this should help me move around more easily. Nico, could you turn your back, please?
You are joking.
I know, but it's these shorts. Not very flattering.
Oh, fine. Quickly, get it over and done with.
There, changed.
Oh, you look nice.
I bet you say that to all the guards. Right. Here goes.
Madame Petra, I wasn't informed you were back.
As you can see, I am. And this is urgent.
I ought to check with the front desk.
You are holding me up. Now, unless you want your appendages rearranging, I suggest you open the door.
Of course, ma'am. My apologies.
It was a large metal door with a numeric keypad to one side. Nico, keep quiet and come and look at this.
It's Bruno.
I don't think there's anyone in there with him.
Can we risk it?
We've got to. Hey, Bruno
Bruno, it's Nico.
and George.
Hey, fellas, nice of you to drop by.
Are you okay?
Oh, sure. I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, I'm in constant pain. I've had more electricity through me than a small town in winter. But heck, now you're here, who gives a damn?
You're so brave.
Lady, I grew up in Eastern Europe. We did torture in kindergarten.
Have you told him anything?
Everything. But the one thing Cesaro wants,
And what's that?
who has got the key of Solomon?
But we don't know who's got it.
Exactly.
Well, it doesn't matter now. We're coming into... Shh.
That was the gatehouse. Petra has arrived at last.
I am so pleased for you.
Thank you. I find torture such a soulless task without an audience.
Oh, I know.
And she is so imaginative. Such a source of new ideas.
I appreciate that.
Yes, Bruno, I truly believe you will. And look on the bright side. When you tell us who has the key, even then we will not kill you. We need you too much. My dear girl.
Has he talked yet?
No, but I'm sure you will persuade him.
I'm going to enjoy it.
Now, Stobart and the girl. I hope you bring me good news.
I found them, but I'm afraid they got away. I'm sorry.
They have too much luck.
There is worse, Master. Let him in.
All right, boss. Not this idiot.
Forgive me, sir, but there is something you must hear. Flap, tell Senor Cesaro what you told me in Paris.
What? About that nightclub and those girls?
No. About the safe.
Oh, yeah. Well, it wasn't, was it?
Wasn't what?
Wasn't safe?
Get on with it, Flap.
That Stobart girl, she came back to the theater, took some documents.
What documents?
A picture of a castle in Prague.
This castle.
Very good. Give the man a cigar.
Flap.
Sorry, sir.
Wait, what is that?
You like it? It's my new scarf. That Stobart girl left it behind in Paris.
What is it?
You can go, Flap. Get out.
Thank you, sir.
Well, Bruno, it's your lucky day. Now I know who has the key. We do not need to put Petra to work on you.
No? How?
The emblem on the scarf. It is the crest of the St. Stephen chapter of the Knights Templar.
I thought they had disappeared centuries ago.
Clearly not. And I know exactly where to find them. That fool Flap had the answer all along, wrapped round his thick neck.
Collard must be working for them.
change our plans. I shall go to Paris to retrieve the key. You take Ostwald to the armillery to prepare. Give the order that all personnel are to prepare to move out.
It's time, isn't it?
Yes, my dear. It is time.
The grill looked through to some kind of office. It could give access if the grill itself wasn't in the way. The grill was screwed tight to the wall. I wasn't going to be able to pull it off with my hands. The edge of the coin was just the right size to unfasten the screws. I couldn't get through the narrow gap.
George, when I first knew you, that would have been no problem.
Guess I must be carrying a little more muscle, huh?
Yeah, the fat kind.
Okay. Look, whatever I said about you in that wig, I apologize.
Apology accepted.
Phew.
Won't make you any thinner, though.
Nico?
Yes?
I don't like to ask, but
Would I climb through the grill and open the door from the inside?
amazing. You read my mind.
You're just so predictable, George. You owe me one.
That's okay. I'm not counting. Nico, look!
It's some kind of map of ley lines.
See the area in the middle?
It matches the diagram in Vernon's video.
It seems to have its focus somewhere in Egypt.
So do you think that's where they've taken Bruno?
Oh, I think so. The armillery must be in Egypt.
Well, that should be easy enough to find.
Sure. I mean, how big can a country be? Cesaro and Petra had left through some kind of passage behind that panel. There had to be a release somewhere. It was a large shield with weapons mounted on the wall. The shield bore a crest I didn't recognize. Cesaro's desk was straight out of the Megalomaniac catalog. Aha! Look at this.
What is it?
Secret button hidden under the edge of the desk. Maybe it opens the door. If the world ends when I press this, then I'm sorry for all the nasty things I've ever said about you.
George, just get on with it.
Okay, sorry.
Well done, George.
Let's go and rescue Bruno.
Out of interest, what nasty things?
Oh, you know, the usual.
The usual? Go on.